Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back after a long break with Order of Battle Pacific, Japan. And where we last left off, we were beginning this battle. I don't remember which one it was, but we got to clear the waters around Port Moresby. I'm going to call it the Battle of Port Moresby. Is what I'm calling it. Our objectives, let's take a look at this. Protect the invasion fleet, cripple the U.S. carrier or air strength, and clear the waters. Secondary objectives include protect the Tulagi construction group, don't lose any carriers, destroy all enemy carriers, and keep my carriers hidden for 10 turns. So the construction group we need to protect is just over here. We can see we've got a scout plane, a construction ship, and some construction teams. No actual real ships. So that's something, honestly, what I might do is take a tone, and we got plenty of destroyers around here, so we could even take a destroyer. And let's just see how close we can actually get these guys. To this location that we need to protect. Over here, huh? Alright, so we'll drop down, we'll drop down a tone and a destroyer and send those guys over here just to protect things. Everything else, our fleet should be good enough. I hope, anyway. So let's go ahead and get this sucker started, shall we? Let's get rid of that tab. And we begin. So, if we're going to need to clear the waters over here, it would probably be a good idea to start moving some ships over yonder. Now, what I am going to do is just keep my carriers back. We got to keep them hidden for 10 turns. So, the way I sees it, we can keep them hidden by leaving them in the back. Now let's see, we'll get our fighter aircraft up first. Because, hey, why not? Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's send my ships that I know have to go that direction. And get our carriers moving. Let's get a 0 up. So that is 3 fighter squadrons set and ready. I like it. And I don't believe we've got any sort of control over those guys or those guys, so we're good to hit next turn. The damage dealt to the American battleships at Pearl Harbor should still have a lasting impact on the enemy fleet. It is very unlikely any of these vessels has survived or been salvaged to take part in the action today. We have just received reports from the forces on Tulagi about incoming enemy attack aircraft. This means that there are American carriers operating in the area. Probably somewhere in here. So, what we will do is just send our units over to try and help things. We don't have much in the way of an intercept force. I guess we could probably spare a fighter aircraft. And that might not be a bad idea. So we'll go ahead and send those guys that way. In the meantime, we will start scouting with our fighters to see if we can get any sort of enemy contact. Continue moving them that way. We should be coming into contact with the forces around Port Moresby quickly enough. And hopefully they're spread out enough and we'll be able to pick off, you know, groups of them while we do our thing. In the meantime, let's keep our carriers moving this way. And we will launch the bombers. Now, some of these we will have a choice. So we'll get a dive bomber and a torpedo bomber up. And why not? Another dive bomber. with cruisers being the biggest ship we should be facing, might not really need those torpedo bombers, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. See, now I'm sitting here wondering how on earth we're supposed to protect that without being able to deploy any units there. Granted, I should have a fighter aircraft coming into range now. They shouldn't have, you know, or I shouldn't have sent them going west first. But hey, I didn't know what was up. So we still got no contacts. Now it looks like we got a hold of that section, so I'm going to assume this area will be clear of any allied entanglements. And we can just start combining these forces into a grand Imperial Armada of amazingness. Alright, we'll keep you moving over yonder. We'll get these planes on the go. And we'll send you down that way. And we'll send you down that way. And I think if we just sort of get our carrier forces behind this island, I could be thinking too much World of Warships, but that should be good. We'll get all our aircraft in the air. We'll have to remember not to forget about them. Did I remove those guys? I did. I'm almost thinking one flight of Zeros might not be enough. American seaplanes are patrolling the area in search of our carrier force. Swift interception by our Zero aircraft should keep this threat from our skies. Air commanders have raised issues over the quality of the new pilot replacements. More veteran air crews would have been available if the significant losses taken during battles as early as Pearl Harbor had been avoided. So we're starting to run into some problems. That's okay though. What do we got here? You are a torpedo bomber, so you will be worthless. Ooh. I wonder if you're a spotter aircraft. You are. Well, we're not going to be able to get any ships in range. You're a bomber, so we'll just send you that way. That is definitely my aircraft, so don't try and intercept them. We'll send the torpedo bombers over yonder. And that guy... I'll have to move the cruisers down. And I don't necessarily think the anti-aircraft ability of those guys is going to be all that hot. But that's okay. We just got to keep moving our aircraft carriers so that they don't get spotted. Like so, should be good. I think we've moved everybody over here. And you can stay in that area for the Kingfisher, which is good. Now, in the meantime... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That is not good. Although, I wonder if he'll get a defensive bonus on that scout plane. I certainly hope so, and at least... Oh no, that's a bomber. So that guy's definitely going to be doing some damage. Or at least attempting to. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You moved. Okay, everybody's looking good. So, come at us. Yeah, and those damn dive bombers certainly doing the trick. Okay, so we've got a fighter aircraft here. What are you? You're a fighter aircraft too, though, so we'll send you there and start working down this scout plane. That's 1 damage. Well, technically 50% damage. Oops. let's right-click on that guy so we actually do some damage. And keep sending our bombers out. Oh, there we have it. We've made contact with the American fleet, which is exciting. And let's just take stock of the situation here. We got another torpedo bomber, so we'll send him over yonder. You definitely need to go and make contact with that Catalina while we continue to send you that way and continue to send our carriers around, hoping that they don't get spotted. So by the nature of the way firing works with this game, I don't know how accurate movable anti-aircraft units like cruisers are, because movement does affect accuracy. What do we got? That is the bomber there. So we'll go see what kind of damage we can cause. We'll send the cruiser in, and then we'll take our destroyer and see if we can't follow this plane home. Seems like a decent idea. What do we got? Another dive bomber? You head that away. And next turn. That camera doesn't know what to do. It's jumping back and forth like a crazy person. Now we've got two scout aircraft that may be making contact with our up and running. The workforce on Tulugi Island has completed the construction of a seaplane base. It is vital to have such outposts spread around the South Pacific to keep an eye on our newly conquered enemy territory. I agree. So we've now got a scout plane. One of the neat things about scout planes is they don't have fuel. So that's fun. Let's get you around in position. Those were some very good tail gunners on that Dauntless dive bomber. And we have lost contact with the Hellcat. But we can tail them. Now, my concern is this carrier here. Are you guys within range? No. Yeah, I'm not sure about anti-aircraft capabilities like that, but that's okay. I probably shouldn't have launched all my aircraft right at the start. Anyway, we've got a dive bomber here. Dive bombers are effective against destroyers. So let's send that guy in. Do a little bit of damage. We've got a torpedo bomber, which is going to be apparently... No, it should be quite effective against a New Orleans-class cruiser. You know, not bad. Took a little bit of damage. But that's okay. We can take all the damage we need. I don't even know what that means. Taking all the damage we need. Just kill him. So close, but I'm worried he's going to spot those carriers soon. So, let's get the tone up and hope we get lucky. We don't. That's fine. I mean, I didn't really expect to get lucky there. That guy should be in range. We'll do a little bit of damage there. And if we wanted to, we could go for a torpedo shot on those destroyers, but I don't necessarily think that would be a good idea. Let's keep these guys moving. And connect up our forces. Did I move this carrier? I have. I don't like it. You've moved, so that means everybody's moved. Except for who? You guys. You guys can just stay there. We're good. Next turn. That is fine. Yeah, I'm fairly confident they have now found our carriers. Woo! They are focusing fire on that destroyer like crazy balls. Alright, so yeah, keep our carriers hidden for 10 turns. We did not succeed in that, but that's okay. We haven't lost any carriers yet. The enemy has spotted our carriers and will certainly engage them at the first opportunity. Prepare to intercept any incoming enemy aircraft. That is a very good idea. We will get you up to do your torpedo run. Taking quite a lot of flak, but it only did 1 damage. So there goes that cruiser. Now this guy's on a cooldown, so we will just get him out of the fight, do a little circly poo, and then come on back in. In the meantime, we can start dive bombing those destroyers, which will be a good thing to do. And now I guess we can start getting closer in here and just doing a little bit of slugging it out. And our cruisers are going to start coming into range. And that doesn't mean they're going to be able to hit anything, mind you. We'll get our other torpedo bomber moving. I was going to say, that didn't seem like far enough range for a torpedo bomber. But what do I know? Oh, let's get that 0 up there. To finish off that scoutcraft. And you can come along too. We'll go with that. Maybe we'll get lucky. Doesn't appear like we did. And hey, we got lucky there. But no luck on that Kingfisher yet. That's okay. Completely lost the fighter aircraft, which is to be expected. What do we got here? Trying to make a run for it, Dauntless? I don't think so. And I suppose we can start moving our carrier out. I have a feeling that's that for that. I hope, anyway. And I think that's pretty much it. Might want to start moving our carriers closer to the west. They were identified over here, but if we move them over here, maybe we'll be safe. Really? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a worthwhile shot. How long have I been forgetting about you guys? Probably not that long, and it doesn't necessarily matter. We'll move you too. Yeah, you moving out of the way. Yeah, we're good. Next turn, that's fine. Well, the shooting's starting. Oh, that is some serious damage. Thankfully, these aren't my destroyers, although, really, I shouldn't be too excited about losing ships. Okay, so we'll take you. And get you to move up, leaving us with 1 left. And that should solve that problem. So what do we got right now? 1 plus. That'll get us a 2, so we'll take it. You've loosed your torpedoes, so we'll start the circle process. Like so. You'll get me a 1-shot, which I'm liking. You do have torpedoes available, so we'll slide you between those two, and loose some more. Beautiful. We'll keep getting all these ships in range. Keeping the destroyers south of our position. Keep you moving. Come on. Jerks. Get you going like that. What do we got up here? A 0? Might not be a bad idea. Well, we should be able to finish that off. So we'll just send our 0 back this way. What do we got? We got another torpedo bomber here. Ready to go. He is loose. Beautiful. I likes it. Alright, well, let's get these guys moving back with the main fleet then. And is he still there? Might as well finish him off. One less dive bomber to have to worry about, which is good. Nobody likes worrying about dive bombers. What else have we got around here? Oh, you can still move. Well, we'll send you back then. Yeah. Torpedoes. Whatever. Oh, hello, Wildcat. We are in desperate need of fleeing, so we will flee. And we'll start scouting around to see if we can't spot the enemy carrier. Now, I wish this scout plane would actually do something instead of just sit there being useless. But you can't win every battle. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. You guys, turn around. Come down south. Just get lucky. Damn. Okay, well then, let's get on with the bombing. With the main fight. We'll get you set up in a position, ready to engage in the next round. What do we got here? We got our dive bombers, who still have plenty of fuel, so we will continue the destroyer bombing. Which doesn't leave much left for them. Let's see, we can get you in, but unfortunately your guns won't do a thing. You will finish that destroyer. That's good. You are on torpedo cooldown, so we might as well just pull you back. And we can send you up to finish that cruiser. Start getting our heavier ships in range. And there's still I'm amazed that there's no fighter coverage around here. It's confusing me. Why aren't they covering themselves with fighters? Oops. Although with the fuel situation being what it is, those guys are going to need to refuel soon. Who have we got that hasn't moved? A full-on cruiser. Oh, you can fire. Well, not effectively. So, you know, we'll let that slide. Next turn. Now, one of the things I'm wishing I brought is a, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? A support ship! That's the word I'm looking for. And you can do some damage like so, and then probably finish them off with dive bombers. Not quite. Damn. Okay, well, let's move you up. And are you within range of torpedoes? You are. So we'll do something clever and crafty like that. And then really the only way to finish that guy off is with absolute overkill. And that's okay. We will continue to move you. And at extreme range, that is never going to work. So let's get a semi-screen set up. Should have some more torpedo bombers though, so let's get you moving. You're ready to go again, so let's get you moving. And then, because of the lack of fighters, I think we can just start getting our fighters back to refuel. So there we go. That guy should be okay. We're still in the white, so as long as I don't move that last aircraft carrier, which is something I'll have to remember to not do, we should be in the clear. And I might have to maneuver that guy further east, or even get one of these guys going that direction, just to make sure we can pick up that fighter. We'll position those guys over around our supply ships, which is probably not the best idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, you're not going to get any shooting done next turn. What do we got? A Dauntless dive bomber. No doubt looking at that juicy destroyer sitting there unprotected. We can move you. I'm going to leave the fighters on the deck for now, just because I feel like that's a good idea. You fired your torpedoes off, so we'll get you out of the way. We'll get you in, and we should be able to finish that guy off. Right? Good. So now we can get the rest of our Air Force back to rearm, refuel, and potentially replace losses. In the meantime, let's take a look at this. The waters around Port Moresby are still not clear. So let's investigate why that might be the case when we position the fleet to be ready for any sort of counterattack. Which we know is going to be coming because if they didn't counterattack, this really wouldn't be much of a video game. I have no idea where the fleet is or how we would even begin to find them, although they've got to be around here somewhere, I'm thinking. We'll position you guys, we'll spread you guys out. We'll get you up in there, maybe, and that should give us some good submarine coverage. We'll keep you moving that way. You've moved. You're now set. And yeah, what have we got left? 4 turns? Basically 5. They can go to turn 0. No. No, we're going to leave you. Leave you on the decks. Okay, clear the waters around Port Moresby is done, so now we just need to cripple the U.S. carrier or air strength. So we either gotta shoot down a whole bunch of airplanes, or just cripple their carrier fleet. One of the two. And you're not the plane I'm looking for. You're the plane I'm looking for. Let's start heading those guys west. We should come in contact with the Allied fleet sooner than later. And just start getting all of our airplanes back. We got a dive bomber that can land. We've got a torpedo bomber that can land. And then I think that is... I guess we gotta plop a 0 down there to make it fully complete. which we can do. Land our 0, and we got a full complement of aircraft ready and waiting to engage the enemy. We'll get a couple more planes to land and refuel. This guy definitely needs to replace his losses. These guys are looking good, though. We're set and ready in a defensive position, aircraft-wise. Anyway, let's keep these guys rolling. And what else we got? You can set a position there. We'll pull you guys sort of like this. Let's keep the port covered, because I imagine we're going to have to defend those transports as they slowly make their way down to Port Moresby. And then that battleship is in a good position. You can rest. We'll push you actually like that. There we go. We should have good submarine coverage. We'll see if my theory holds. Like that, maybe? Yeah, we'll see if that holds. You can wait there. And you can wait there. Okay, I think that is the last unit. Let's do one more turn, shall we? Oh, hello! I was not expecting to see a bomber that big. So, let's find our 0. Get them up in the air. And get you landed. Get you landed. And why not get you landed as well. And that looks to be it for aircraft. And I think, well, maybe I'll move this guy back. See if he can give a little anti-aircraft assistance. Hopefully that bomber just focuses on one individual ship, so we can continue. Actually, if we put you out there, that should cover us from any ships trying to push through that way, and we can even get a bit more cruiser coverage, like so. Yay! We've got plenty of white space to get that fighter craft refueled. And I'm guessing then that that bomber is headed for Tulagi, although we've already got a check mark there, so I mean, I don't think it can really do anything. We got a target there. We'll see what it is. If it's a ship. Actually, let's just make sure. Yes, that's fine, although that guy... We'll have to do that next turn. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Actually, what are you at? You're good enough and ready to launch. So that should have us covered there. Maybe that dive bomber is heading for the fleet. Oh, not good. Really wish there was an undo button in this game. Let's see. You're gonna make me move. I don't like it when I have to move. Really not a single hit? What good are you, cruisers? You definitely... Although you're not a core unit, are you? You definitely are, but you are not, so we will just go with the cheap replacements to save some money. Everything here is looking good. Okay. Let's get our last fighter aircraft in. And let's just investigate to see what you are. You are a destroyer. With another destroyer and airplanes there. That airplane could be promising. There's really not much we can do about that, so let's just start doing our sub-searches. You're good. You're good. You're fine, so we'll rest you. Let's just make sure we got no fighter aircraft on you, and we don't. We'll get these cruisers down here. Those guys are set. Okay, yeah. Well, I think this is going to be a good place to leave the video for today. Nothing really all that exciting, just a little bit of a skirmish, but hey, the battle's getting underway, so there should be some more excitement in the future. Anyway, I'm not going to be recording this in a series, so if you guys leave comments, I'll hopefully be able to address them when I record the next episode. So please leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and now I've screwed up. I've done my outro in a completely different order. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you next time.